A single chord hangs in the air too long, like someone forgot to turn the page in the score. That's the trick. The moment you think it's gobbledygook, Levitation slides the floor out from under you and proves its design. Chaos, yes. But chaos drafted with a ruler and smudged just enough to feel dangerous. Stay close, because once we dive into these songs, you'll see how every mistake was a musical plan, every wobble an architecture of intent. Levitation's origin was never about neatness. Terry Bickers walked out of the House of Love and walked straight into something more combustible. The band's reputation grew not through radio polish, but through gigs that felt like seances, songs stretched, bent, sometimes broken, but never boring. They turned clubs into laboratories where feedback was not a flaw, but a thesis statement. Audiences left flummoxed, sometimes furious, sometimes converted. That was the point. Take more than ever, people. At first blush, it feels anthemic, almost safe. A rallying cry of unity and persistence. But beneath the uplifting lyrics lies an undercurrent, bass lines that hypnotize, guitars that shimmer and then fracture. The groove sounds like it could lift you, but listen closely. It's slightly off balance, intentionally wobbly, so that the more you dance, the more you realize you're being pulled somewhere unfamiliar. It's euphoric and unsettling at the same time. The genius is that contradiction. Now step into Out of Time album version. Here, restraint vanishes. The rhythm section scrambles into odd signatures, drums tossing out jolts when you expect comfort. Bickers' vocals don't plead, they confront, cutting through a storm of guitar like a flare. And in those moments when you think the structure collapses, it snaps back with precision. A song about alienation becomes, in real time, an experience of alienation, halfway between groove and breakdown. What sounds like gobbledygook to outsiders becomes scripture to those inside the circle. And then, only you sparse, vulnerable, exposed. Where other songs flex muscle, this one strips down to nerves. The arrangement leaves more silence than sound, daring you to lean forward and fill the gaps with your own pulse. The lyrics hover between devotion and despair, and the synth textures smear like half-remembered dreams. The real trick? It feels intimate even in a crowded room, like being whispered to across a void. It's both a love letter and a warning, wrapped in the same trembling breath. Together, these songs sketch Levitation's map. Start with uplift, plunge into disorientation, and finish with a whisper sharp enough to cut. That arc wasn't an accident. It was the band's philosophy. Music should unsettle, music should transform, music should refuse to play by rules. And if it leaves you wondering whether you just heard brilliance or gobbledygook, that's exactly where they wanted you.